This is a new Panalux Sonara 4x4 LED light. Hi, this is Nino from Cinema 5D. We are here at BSC Expo 2020 in London. I'm here at the Panalux stand with Dave. How are you?
Good morning. I'm very well, thank you.
Good morning. So you just announced a really large new Sonara light. What can you tell me about it?
So it's a large 4x4 soft light. It's designed specifically to do high quality whites. So it's not designed to do effects and cop cars. It's just about really clean whites in a very wide color temperature spectrum, all the way from 1700 Kelvin all the way to 20,000 Kelvin daylight. But it's clean and they're all on the black body line. And that was the principal requirement, which came from user requirements and requests of what they actually wanted from a large source.
So what do you see the biggest benefit in having such a big source compared to what people had to work with before?
Well, any cinematographer or photographer love big sources, particularly on faces and talent. And it's the old chiaroscuro, Windows, Vermeer, whichever reference you want to allude to. We love big soft sources. You can control the spill, obviously, with an egg crate, but again, it's much more flattering to use a big source than a point source.
One of the problems that I notice with a lot of LEDs is that it's really hard to dim them down to like 1% or almost zero, because they jump in the beginning, which is, I think, down to a lot of the circuitry that other manufacturers are using. How is it with this one?
So you can dim it really low. You can actually get it down to 0.1%, which is great. And it's counterintuitive for a soft source to say one of the premium benefits of it is you can dim it really low.
I guess you can also combine several of those and DMX control them?
Yes, you can DMX control them. You control them from wireless DMX, Lumen radio built in. You can control them from hardwired DMX. You can control them via ArtNet. And you can daisy chain them together, either running DMX through them, or you can do master and slave. If you're on a smaller set and you're not running it back to a board, you can control them with one and they'll all follow suit. You could also build them together into a big box as the mechanical part of it, and as M12 ports in all the corners. So you could put quick triggers in them, put tube through them and build a big softbox.
So I guess the CRI is really high?
CRI is really high, TLCI is really high, which is more important for image capture. CRI is based on the eye and not what the camera's actually seeing. And also SSI is extremely high, which is a new measurement or parameter from the Academy, a way of measuring the quality of light and the breadth of the spectrum.
One other problem that a lot of cheaper LEDs have is that they get a kind of a green spill or some kind of tint at some point.
Yeah, so that happens over age if they're being overdriven, which we're not, and from quality manufacturers they're not overdrying them. There's other quality products in the hall where effectively they're looking after that long-term aspect of it. We can recalibrate them, and again, one of the benefits of being in-house is we can cycle them around and recal them over life. But yes, we're underdriving them, and if you're mixing it on set with other products, whether it be fluorescence or other LEDs or other sources, then you can dial out a bit of green with the plus and minus green adjustment. You could trim it out to match.
You, as somebody who knows the technology really well, I mean, we've come a long way with LED over the past few years. I mean, nobody took it seriously in the beginning, and now like the most professional lights in the industry are based on LED. Is there still going to be anything else than LED-based lights?
I think we've got a long way to go to get that point source and the sheer horsepower out of to match a 18K HMI or a 24K tungsten. I think we've got a long way to go before we get to that concentrated source. As you know, the problem is pulling the heat off the back of the chip. It's no different to a computer chip. Somehow or another, you've got to get the heat off the back of it to make it run efficiently and not cook up. And it's the density of the source compounds that problem. But we've travelled so far since the early days. Lumiled's introduced the first warm LED, and it was 20 lumens per watt, if that. We're now in excess of 100 for similar, and the quality's going up, and the phosphors are improving, and there's other technology coming that is improving. But don't forget that the cameras, the native ISOs of cameras is going up as well. They're at 800 ASA, or some of them 1200 ASA as their native ISO. So in combination with the lights getting better and brighter and better quality, the cameras are becoming more sensitive.
A gaffer's job is mostly reducing light these days.
Yeah.
Not actually adding it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, about controlling it and not making it flat, yeah.
All right, thank you, Dave. Last question, availability, how can people rent it and where?
Available through Panalux in the UK, and it will be available in April. The first unit's coming into play, and I think we've already run out. But yeah, no, available in April in the UK.
I guess in the long run you will rest of the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Dave.
Pleasure.
And
Nice to meet you.
yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to Cinema 5D for more news from BSC 2020, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't yet.